Oh, look at that. So the Lassie Games. And what is he doing? He's ready. Oh, hello there. Oh, becoming quite the active one again, haven't you? Welcome, welcome indeed. That is the world famous Lassie face. Ah, that was such a pleasant little surprise, isn't it? When it pops up. Hmm. Well then, how are you, my friend? Feeling good? This fine evening, although to be fair, it is a rather fine night at this point in time for me. I have lost too much time. Yeah, I know that feeling. We actually have, as I like to call it, the season of taxation is upon us. Which means, as a small business owner, I get somewhat horribly beaten up in a back alley and still need to nod my head very politely and go like, yes, yes, Masa, very much so. It's always such a fun time, let's just say. Also part of the reason why I'm kinda, you know, late. Physically speaking, not bad. Mentally speaking, I'm feeling somewhat tired, to be very fair. Just also why I think today will be a relatively short one. Well, I know. Even if it weren't that late, because I'm actually somewhat tired by this nonsense. But that's the price you have to pay, kinda. Well. Actually, everything seems to be okay. I guess I could build a bit more in the way of work closing, because that's going to be... That's gonna be a problem again. Soon. I can see my people. I don't know how they manage it. I mean, you would assume that work closing is somewhat sturdy, by the definition of it being work closing. How my people manage to waste so much of it is beyond me, but I guess a few thousand people would require a few. And again, you know, I have some doubt. Haven't played it in a while. Anno games are great. They're great when you don't have anything planned out and you just want to play a nice relaxed game that doesn't put you under any sort of really high pressure. I mean, look at this. I could quite literally wait until resources run out and the only thing I'm gonna lose is, what, a few people for a short moment? Yeah. Does help quite a bit, I'd say. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was trying to predict the future, as in predict that there's gonna be need for more work closing. Yes. I knew I was doing something. I mean, I guess I could stop making sales for a moment to increase the sheer production of good old fashioned wool to make it into work closing, but... What did I do there? Just... How did I even manage that? Even I don't know. Okay, first things first. You two need to disappear. I also did kinda play at some point the old one, the, what was it? The Anno 1602 was the oldest one? My memory for names is, as always, great and absolutely intact and working as intended. As God has decided it should work. Somewhat. Yeah. That's cool. That's because, you know, it has a lot of classical music in it. It does have a nice collection, it actually gets away with it. Now, if you try to play the same set music, you know, on its own, you're probably gonna get into trouble. Funnily enough. But play it along with Anno and suddenly everything is okay. Well, almost okay. It kind of changes things. Another one. Hello there, little strategy member. Indeed, it is Anno. Why are all of you people awake? That's... Well, I guess that's the magic of different time zones, I suppose. But yes, it is indeed an Anno title. This is even the newest Anno title. It is 1800. It's actually kind of fun. I mean, at first I was kind of skeptical. I was like, meh. After the whole sci-fi nonsense age, right? Which was okay-ish. Not really my cup. But then...
An explosion in one of your factories.
Okay. Where? Oh, at the fucking... Nowhere land Suddenly explosion. And I see little Lassie faces up to his own. It is actually not a bad idea. I know 1800 is a nice game. It is fun. I'm actually technically speaking playing the campaign, but you know it's an anno game, so the campaign is kinda it's just like a free anno game with the added benefit they're telling you the basics, and then they're like, okay, and now follow this quest line for like the next 100 hours or so. Which you can do or can't do, depending very much on your mood. I'm not forcing you, mind you. Yeah, this was what I wanted to finish. The olden one, eh? 1602. Not a bad choice. Although once you actually get used to the newer ones, you will kinda miss a few comfort things that came along. Like, you know, blueprint mode. Like, you know, just very nice city and road planning style kind of things. Ah, I missed that. Always happens to me when I go back to the old ones. Even if you go back to like 7002 or something, you will absolutely hate it for a moment, going like, pain. Also, to be fair, this one actually looks pretty damn nice. I mean, you know. Actually, one of those games where the up-in graphics actually does kinda, you know, make things look nicer. Of course, they are enjoyable. I'm not going to even deny that. Played an S-lot of hours on those already. Probably will a lot more over the years to come. Lost in the desert. How my sailors get lost in the desert is always surprising. The map of these endless dunes is a spindle. The first officer turns to berate the guide for whom they were purchased, but the fellow's already gone, as if the sandsets followed him up. A solitary well offers a slight dribble of consolation, but your man must otherwise come to terms with being rather lost. Okay, first things first. Sailors can navigate by the stars. So technically speaking, if they have their tools with them, they should be able to navigate in the desert. Well, yeah, let's not argue with logic here. They're on an expedition. Who knows where they are? They could be all the way back in the Orient from anno 1702 or so. You know. We don't know. We are just going to believe them in this particular nonsense. Yeah, do it. Navigate by the stars. You're fucking sailors. At least your navigator should have learned that.
What's on land is for landfolk.
Clear desert nights, are perfect for astronomers. Beneath a black cloak, lucid with the constellations, your expert navigators rule the remainder in mankind's relation to the heavenly bodies. There's a moment of realization for many. Enlightened, the crew returned to the ship, filled with the wonder of the desert, their place in the universe. Okay, you don't need to make it all esoteric. It's like, okay, listen. Here's my tool. Here's my little map. Now, we drew on it. Now we know where we are, relatively speaking. And now we know where we're going, relatively speaking. It's not a precise science. It doesn't need to be. But yeah, apparently my poor little sailors now have been preached about the wonders of understanding that stars are long and far away. Well, to be fair, I'm pretty sure most sailors will react like, you know, a car would react when you put it on a railway track. Like, what the fuck is this? Why is it there? And what is it supposed to be? Also, can I eat it? It's probably also a very important question in this particular nonsense. Now then, my people.
Every field has its weeds.
You seem to be somewhat happy, apart from the fact that you have no up yet. That's a problem we will solve in but a minute, actually. Actually. Ah, sailors in the Orient. I remember the Orient. The Orient was fun.
Set our bearings right.
We already read this game. Don't make me repeat it. What about the other one? That was not the other one. This is the other one. Ah, found it. The storm. Dum dum dum. This tempest is beyond anything you have ever faced. The smell of salt is everywhere. The freezing water pierces everyone. The wind and waves gash with impossible violence, making the vessel groan and tremble with each new strike. The air is so full of sea spray, one could drown in it. Anything mere humans can do in the face of such godlike wrath. Well, you can pray to Poseidon, maybe he's willing to, you know, calm his anger or something. Was pretty damn popular for a while. Oh, we can actually pray. that was actually meant to be a joke, and I was reading pray. Yes, friendship measured for friendship times. Open all sails and ride the storm. That is fucking dangerous. Because, you know, in order to open all the sails, some poor idiot has to actually climb up and open them. Considering that everything is wet and you can probably see, well, shit. All. Like nothing. That is farther away than your hands. That's gonna end somewhat bad. Move as wasteful as it was risky. Meek doesn't even begin to describe your sailor's approach. Yeah, no kidding. If I were given this order, I would actually consider a mutiny outright and be like, no. 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 As I do. Most of my boats actually do have a dual way of powering themselves. They have sails, but they also have little engines on them. Actually, I can show you. Since this hasn't worked out, yeah, sure. Fill the bottom and make sure everything stays where it is.
Spirits.
Yeah, let me look for one of my bigger ships. Actually, where's my fleet at this point? There's my fleet. Look at this. They have little engines. Yeah, this looks ridiculous in fast play.
More than ready.
Whoop. One interesting thing is, this is a ship of the line. Ignore that the Steam is doing horrible things to my sails. And the one thing this game doesn't like is, you know, actually combat tactics, where my ships of the line would actually sail in a line. It's quite literally in the name, but no. I was like, you know what is standard?
Moving to coordinates.
Make it a nice little blob. That is your standard tactic. Live with it. Not the most efficient way of maneuvering your ship, especially not in relation to combat, but that is Anno's logic here. Then again, I never really feel that Anno is a much of a combat game in any way, shape or form. It has always had ship combat and stuff, but it really isn't. Honestly, I'd probably rather play a sea battle in Total War Empire. Yes, let's go all the way there and be like, yes, even that would probably be more fun.